So welcome our guest. We will start with the national anthem and the East African anthem. Thank you. While we are upstanding, let me request Father Vincent Wambugu to open with a word of prayer.
Let us pause for a moment and join our Muslim brothers and sisters on this day of their worship. We begin our prayer in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. God our Father, we thank you for what you are to us. To you we are grateful for what we have and what we are. We bless your name. We praise your mighty name. As we begin this occasion, this event, when we launch the Ajira Digital Club for our university, we thank you for making us stakeholders in your creation, what we can see and what we do not see. We believe in your mighty power as we thank you and call upon your blessings on this event, that all we do today will bear fruits for the good of our young generation and all of us going into the future that is digital, that in so doing we may praise your name, do everything for the greater glory of your name and the service of our neighbors. This we ask through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Thank you, Father, for the prayer. We may now take our seats. Thank you. So first, let me take this opportunity to welcome our chief guest, Ms. Maureen Mbaka, the CAS, representing the CS for ICT, Honorable Joe Mushero. Welcome to the courts. Our VC, our DVC, the registrar, all our invited guests, staff, and students, good afternoon. So this is a great day today, where we are launching, officially launching the Ajira Digital Club, which has been running. So today it's only for the official launch. So I invite you all to these events. And to start us off, we'll have a brief entertainment, a poem from Dennis Wafula Erima. Welcome, Dennis.
Mgeni wetu mashuhuri kutoka ofisi au waziri katika waziri la mawasiliano, teknolojia na habari, Makamu Chancellor Profesa Kioni, msajili mkuu wetu, wageni, wanafunzi wetu, hamjambo. Kwa majina ni Dennis Wafula Erima. Nina shairi la Kiswahili. Linasema hivi: asante Ajira. Ajira Digital, mjenzi wa weledi, kwetu vijana ni mgodi, wanguzo na ugwiji kujinawiria, na mema maisha kujisafiria. Asante ewe Ajira Digital, umetupata. Kwa miezi na miaka umewezesha vijana kumakinika, si kwa ujuzi pekee ila kwa ajira ya kipekee, kwani kunao wakufunzi waliobobea kwa ufunzi. Asante ewe Ajira Digital, umetupata. Ila nahimiza vijana wote tuweze kufuatilia mafunzo yote bila kusita na wingi umakini. Tusiwe jogoo wa vijijini, tusiweze mjini kuwika. Asante ewe Ajira Digital, umetupata. Niruhusu tamati niweze kutua, maana nina mengi natamani kujua, kutokana na mafunzo ya magwiji wenye wingi wao utendaji. Siwezi tua bila kuipa kongole serikali yetu kutushika vidole. Asante ewe Ajira Digital, umetupata. Asanteni.
Thank you, Dennis, for that wonderful piece. And to our chief guest, the poem actually has captured the impact the Ajira has been having on our students. And with the launch today, I'm sure we'll be having more and more students getting into Ajira and then benefiting out of it. So next, we move to the next section on brief testimonials on the impact of Ajira digital program from 3 of our students. And we'll start with Rachel Mburu. Welcome.
The chief guest, the Vice Chancellor of the Dedan Kimathi University of Technology, Professor Ndirango Kioni, the DVC, the Registrar of Academic Affairs, the staff present, all guests present, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. My name is Rachel Mboro. I'm a student at the Dedan Kimathi University. I'm a 4th-year student pursuing Bachelor of Science in Mechatronics Engineering. My success story starts back in 2019 as I was joining campus. And in life, you're given 2 choices: either to live a boring life or to be adventurous. And for sure, I wouldn't have chosen the boring life, you know. So I decided that I'm going to choose 3 hobbies. One that will gain me knowledge, one that will keep me fit, and one that will earn me money. And for sure it was easy. It was easy to get a hobby that will gain me knowledge, and a hobby that will keep me fit. But a hobby that will gain me money, it wasn't as easy as I thought it would be. So I focused on my studies for a long time, and I gained some skills in my coursework. So I trained on PCB designing, and over time I wanted to make those skills gain me the money that I wanted for my value. And I created an account in Upwork and in Fiverr. And trust me, getting clients there, it wasn't easy at all. And this year in March, there was a training in Ajira. There was a training that was being given by the staff from Ajira digital program. And I was happy. I was like, finally, I'm going to learn how to make my skills be useful to the society and also help me gain some money to pay one of my two necessities. And the people who came, they were very resourceful. I remember Paul assisted me to make my profile better. And I also created a specialized account that would also help me tutor people my skills. And I was so happy because I was being fulfilled. It was my passion to teach people what I do, and it was my passion to continue working on my skills. So the Ajira digital program has really been of help in coming up with a specialized profile and a profile that would help me get the clients. I am so grateful to the government, to the school, to the Ajira digital program, and also the Office of Career Services, because they have worked with us, I can attest, and there's nothing more we can ask other than the government and also the school to continue supporting the students. Most of the students are going through financial crises, and with writing and blogging, what they love most, they get to earn money from that. And there's nothing else we can ask for but to say thank you so much to all of you. And to my fellow students, I would love to tell you that as we are working, because we are going there in the online platform, it is big enough for us all, yeah? Let us, if we can integrate our studies with what we do online, it will be so beautiful. Imagine putting your skills into work and also writing articles on what you do every day. It is so interesting, yeah? I would love to encourage all of us to join this platform, join this club. It is not too late. Have an enlightening journey ahead. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rachel, for that wonderful motivation. I hope students, you are getting what you've been told. The only way to this success is through thinking outside the box. The ministry has done their part by creating the platform. The university management has ensured that they give us the support we need so that we get the best out of the Ajira. So thank you, Rachel, for your testimony. Next is Alan Waithira. Welcome, Alan.
Our chief guest, the Vice Chancellor, and all protocol observed. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Good afternoon. My name is Alan Waithera. I am a final year student here. I pursue a bachelor's in mechatronic engineering. And while I'm also an engineering student, I'm also one of the beneficiaries of Ajira digital program. And I will tell you my success story briefly. I was born an enthusiast of writing and But the need for money comes automatically. You are not born with that. Necessity is the mother of invention. So in 2018, when I graduated from high school, was when I found a person who was working with a startup company website, and I was writing articles and blogs for him. But then I really wanted to venture into freelancing, and I had heard stories of people who make money from doing jobs online. So I was really afraid I was going to get scammed, or nobody was going to believe that I can do something nice online. And then when I joined campus, Ajira happened, March 18. I heard about Ajira program when the activation process came here, and then I undertook the program, which happened between 23rd March and 24th March this year. And I got to learn several skills, including how to keep my portfolio and my resume very updated and up to task, so I can be suited with our clients' demands. I also got to learn how to bid jobs online. I also got a very interactive session with, to mention about a few, Helen, who is here, and Paul and Korea, who are really interactive with us, and they were so much professional in teaching us. I gained interest in one new platform called transcriptioning. Well, I haven't yet earned money on that. I have made money on Upwork account, and I can say for sure that I am on an application to do some internship abroad, which is coming soon. I am really saving most of the money I'm making on that platform so I can do my internship abroad. So I do not have to go and ask my mom, we are doing some attachment program, would you pay this for me, buy me this? I am saving my money for my internship abroad. I am also looking forward to a youth in Kenya where people will be elevated, people will grow financially, because undoubtedly the future will be digital. We are having this paradigm migration into digital platforms, people working online. So youth across Kenya, across the globe are migrating towards such, and I'm also asking my fellow colleagues, it's time we embrace this migration so we can move along together with the world. I would like to sincerely thank my trainers for being lifesavers in these matters. I also want to thank the Office of Career Services for creating a platform where students can graduate not only with their certificates, but they can come out of this place with more than the certificates. They have the skills, and they are ready to join the global competitive market with much more better skills than. Yeah, thank you very much, and have a good day.
Thank you, Alan, for that wonderful testimony. Next is Janet Chepkirui. Welcome.
All protocols observed, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I am Janet Chepkirui. I am currently in my final year. I am pursuing BSc Mechatronic Engineering. So my journey about Ajira, my journey in digital employment basically began through my struggles in campus. So there was a time when I had financial issues. So I used to live in Batian. A lot of times, so many people live. If you see like our hostels, they are just there. The hostels that students live. So I was living in the student hostel, the Batian. So at that time I had financial issues. I wanted to move out since you know the state there, and I want to cook for myself because the mission for Dedan Kimathi University is providing holistic students, and I wanted to become a whole student. I wanted to become someone who is complete from coming out of campus. So there was a time when I wanted to go, I was looking for hostels, and as you know, in Dedan Kimathi, the issue of campus, the issue of hostels. So I met a friend who told me that you can earn online. So I didn't even know how to type. That time you're still in first year. You don't know, you've done packages, you've not exercised your typing skills. So I was given a job, and of course I failed. So I started learning how to type, how to increase your typing speeds, how to present your Word document. So that particular time is when I increased my skill. So after that, I met friends who introduced me to Ajira. So Ajira has given us a spot where we are able to unlearn the skill that you learned during your hustle for employment. They have taught us about so many skills. So that time so any time that I lack cash, I would go to online employment. I would work for someone being paid 300 or 250 shillings per page. But now Ajira taught me how to create my own account, how to maneuver, how to bid for jobs. Like, you don't have to be pattered by someone, or sometimes you can do jobs and not be paid by someone because you're paying for someone. You're doing for a job for someone. So I'm very happy to present this success story, because I know so many students want to do this, but they have not been able to. And Ajira is a platform for it. And I thank the administration and the Career Service Office for giving us this opportunity to become the spearheads of Ajira Club. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Janet. Surprisingly, the three of them are from engineering. Engineers are the first one to think outside the box. Is that true? Where are the others? So, the Ajira Club, you have a lot of task ahead. So that at least now, next time when we have another conference where we can also share some testimonies, we'll be having from across the schools as well. But from what you've gotten from the students who have given us their testimonies, you have to be creative. You've been told, for them, they didn't just wake up one morning and then they were earning that much. So it takes a lot of hard work. And then by joining Ajira as well, now that's where they got the knowledge, where they were able now to know that you don't have to work under someone. Because if you own an account and you subcontract, what percentage are you normally given? Suppose you are the one subcontracting. How much would you pay the person you are subcontracting? What percentage? 50? Will you share 50? Less than 50? You see that? So, and Ajira is here for you to make sure you get the 100%. So if the contract is to pay you 10,000, get the 10,000, not 3,000 or 5,000. You have the capacity to be where you're supposed to be. So don't limit yourself. You are capable as the person who owns that online account. So next, let me invite Stephen Mushiri, who has been very key in the Ajira Digital Club, training the others on how to utilize this platform, on how to make a living out of the online jobs. And just to mention this to our chief guest, as a university, we normally have what we call the work study, whereby the university normally try to help the students who have needy cases. So thanks to Ajira, at least now the struggle for these limited resources has reduced, because most of the students now are able to get support through Ajira. So thank you so much for that. So Stephen Mushiri, welcome.
Our chief guest, the Vice Chancellor, Professor Ndirangu Kioni, and all protocols observed. Good afternoon. My name is Stephen Mushiri. We've interacted with a lot of you. I'm the interim chair of the Ajira Digital Club here at the CUT. I'm honored to be here today. The MC today has just talked about the work study program. I was a beneficiary of that program in my first year, and I can say today that I'm a transformed person. Ajira has created an opportunity for me to become better today. It has offered me a platform where I can make money and earn my own school fees. It's really great to find some of us making enough money to support our families back home, and this is a prayer answered. Yeah, so thank you so much for all the partners that are here, for the work that you've done. I'm greatly honored to stand here today during this occasion. I believe that this club is the beginning of a new chapter in the CUT. Sorry for that. Special recognition to all the Ajira trainers who have done a marvelous job, and to Dr. Patrick Njoroge, my patron, and also to Ms. Wanjiro Kaburu from the Office of Career Services, who have put a tremendous effort to see this event into fruition. Ever since the first training was done here at Dan Kimathi University on content writing and digital marketing, I have marveled at the outstanding devotion, grit, and commitment of all the Ajira trainees towards the utilization of digital space to earn an income. I would like to pay a special tribute to new trainees who constantly seek to better themselves and become champions of the Ajira digital program across the institution. I am of the belief that if you do not know what to do with your life, perhaps the next best thing you can do is to make other people's lives worth fulfilling and worthwhile. Every single Ajira trainee, and even those who will join the club later, have something to offer. I call upon everyone affiliated with this newly registered club to add to their expertise, skills, talents, and ideas to the club's work frame in a bid to promote the smooth running of the club's activities. We all have a collective responsibility to reduce the rapidly increasing unemployment rates among the youth in the country. I intend to do that by ensuring that I oversee the activities of this club and to lead by example. In conclusion, I would like to say that in whatever you think right to do, you have to be committed. As a club, as the newly registered members, we must stand up and commit to the objectives of the club. We promise to keep upholding the values of the Ajira Digital Program and become a hallmark of freelancing success here at Dan Kimathi University of Technology. Special thanks to our Vice Chancellor, Professor Ndirangu Kioni, the Directorate of Student Welfare, for your immense support. This event would not have been possible without your work. Long live the Ajira Digital Program, its leaders and affiliations. Long live the Dan Kimathi University of Technology. Long live the CUT Ajira Digital Club. Peace be with you all. Thank you and have a good afternoon.
Thank you, Stephen, for your comments. So as you've been told, this is a good opportunity. Actually, the main objective of this actually is to enable those who have not utilized the benefits of Ajira. After this, now I'm sure you'll be having more questions than answers, and Ajira will be there for you to answer all those questions. Let me now take this opportunity to invite Dr. Daniel Njoroge, the head of Office of the Career Services. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Our chief guests, our VC, DVC, registrar, and all the members of the staff, and our guests from outside that are invited. They are together with us here, and the students. I take this opportunity to welcome you to this event. And I wish first, before I make comments, to acknowledge the teamwork that have been put in place to ensure that we are where we are. We have different stakeholders, both internal and external. Although the Office of Career Services have been coordinating, but I can tell you there are many people who are working behind the scene. We have had a work with KEPSA from last year, discussing about how we can work together. And people from Ajira, someone wrote an email also last year to our registrar, academic affairs and research, and that email was forwarded to Office of Career Services. And that's why now the engagement of the team. I don't know whether Paul is here, and we brought others on board, and we continued. And here within, we have members who have been actively supporting us. That's why we have the Directorate of Student Welfare. They are together with us. So I am Dr. Daniel Joroge, currently the head of DCUT Office of Career Services. And the office has been there for some time now, around 8 months, and working together with the rest and in coordination to create a platform or an ecosystem, a framework where we enable mentoring, we enable career guidance and counseling, skills and professional development. We provide industrial exposure and linkages, and all this is toward empowerment of our students. And as one have said, so that by the end of the day, we have holistic graduates. And once they get outside there, the issue of there is no job may not arise, because at least we'll be doing something and be earning. So far, we have collaborated with various stakeholders and partners in order to achieve the objectives of the office. However, as we are looking forward to launch the club, of course, it falls under the Directorate of the Student Welfare, but since it have a bearing on career, that's why we are at the center of it. So we have continued to engage DCUT members of staff and departments in contributing to career guidance. In this case, we have had talks which have been offered by the members of our staff. At least so far, 2 have given talks to our students, but also we have departments, and in this case, I can acknowledge the marketing department. We have been doing also work toward that, and we appreciate on that. So we are leveraging on the human resource that is within our institution. Apart from that, in terms of dissemination of our information and what we are doing, of course, you can get it from the university website, because there is a web page under the students, where if you click and you open, you'll find all the opportunities that are available to you, whether it's career talks, whether it's opportunities that are available for internship, attachment, or scholarships. You'll find links there, and you can go on and apply. And if you miss for a recorded information, you'll find it there, especially for the webinars. So far, within that short time, we have been able to facilitate a number of webinars. We have had, to be exact, we have had 8 webinars where we have platform with students. We set the links to students. We had a webinar on CV writing and preparing for interviews. We had a webinar on international programs and opportunities therein. Probably a number of you were in those meetings. We had a platform where a person from UN, that is specifically WFP, talked about the internship opportunities. And quite a number of us were in that forum. Because sometimes we fail to get the opportunities because we don't have the information. And so we have been availing that to us. We have had developing life skills and soft skills for the world of work. One of us also gave a webinar on how to plan a successful business when talking about entrepreneurship. For those who are graduate students and for your project presentation. We had a webinar on presentation, PowerPoint, effective PowerPoint presentation. And just some few days ago, or a month, we had the ABSA group. They are together with us here. They give a presentation on the graduate program and also the Ready to Work program. We are glad that they are together with us here. Ready to Work program, and I hope one of them will speak about that program. It's online also, and you can be able to follow the program. And just a week ago, we had a platform where we had the talent engagement analyst from UNDP. And I think for all the webinars we had, that was, I can say, most successful in terms of engagement. And she spoke to us about the opportunities that are in UNDP. She talked about the process of application. She talked about what is expected of you. And I'm glad that quite many of us were on board during that presentation. So our chief guests, we have been trying to prepare our students and ensure that they are ready for work even when they get outside the campus. And we will continually continue working on that all our students are prepared, and the song that there is no work should not be sung by the graduates from Dedan Kimathi University of Technology. And to come to what we are doing today, the university through the Office of Career Services has collaborated with the Ajira digital program, which is under the Ministry of ICT, Innovation and Youth Affairs, and to an extent also with the KEPSA, which have culminated to signing of cooperation agreement, and we hope that we will work to betterment of our graduates. The key objective of the digital program is to empower young people, and I believe for those who have been trained in the categories content writing, data management, transcription, digital marketing. I know there is one category we have not covered, that is virtual assistance, which we are planning with the trainers. It will be one-day training, but I believe that many of us have benefited on that. The government, through the ministry, of course, have encouraged for the sustainability of the work online. It have encouraged the creation or establishment of Ajira digital clubs. And that's why we are here today to launch the Dikut chapter of Ajira digital club. To that, I want to appreciate the university management, all our partners, external. We have the G2 who have been training our members on online jobs, and a number of us have benefited. Actually, one of the training is going on right now. We have had about 20, 15 are being trained, and some of them have been engaged. We thank also the ABSA team that have been working with us, and they are ready to continue engaging us. And also the Ajira team from members from Nairobi, and those who are within Nyeri or within the county. For the far, you have been together with us. So far, the training have allowed more than 200 students have been trained. But I want to encourage you today, if you are not a member of Ajira Club, make sure that before you leave, you become a member. We have our interim chair, Muchiri, and the programmer talked about mechatronics. He is in nursing. So, of course, you can see we are diverse. He is in nursing, and he have just come from attachment because of this occasion. So, it doesn't matter the program you are in, but you can fit in any of the work categories that you are having. And with those short remarks, I say thank you, and we appreciate the government initiative through the ministry, because it's because of the government we have come this far. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you, Dr. Njoroge. Dr. Njoroge is the patron of the Ajira club. So as you've been told, this information is there, it's in the website, make use of it. Even in the Bible it says, my people have perished for lack of knowledge. So now we are here to give you all that knowledge that you need. The club is there to empower you wherever you feel you need assistance. So feel free to join the club. The club now is officially registered within the university. So feel free to join. Our next guest is Mr. Allen, the Chief Operating Officer of the G2. G2 deals with softwares and the coding bits. Maybe just to mention this, as the university, most of these students, you could find a student in nursing who is doing very well in coding. So it's good also, as per the name university, universal. So never limit yourself to, if you're doing mechatronics alone, don't only say mechatronics is enough. If you have the energy to try these others, feel free to do so. Because at times we have what we call passion, and at times passion doesn't go with what you've been enrolled to do in the university. So make use of that, and working on the passion is easy. So welcome, Mr. Mark Allen.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mark. We came here to NERI a few years ago to try to find some of the best talent in Kenya, and we found it here at Kimathi. So I want to thank the administration and the government for helping us and allowing us to be here in this wonderful country and try to find students and help students find a path to a great career. We came here with the idea of trying to find folks that were interested in computer science and software development. We partnered with the university and the computer science department. We have developed training programs for students here to meet their attachment needs. So if I'll do a quick advertisement. If anybody knows anybody that's really good software developers, we need them all. But what we've done is we've built a program here to help people get their attachments, to learn what it's really like to develop software in the real world. So once they go through our program, a large number of them have the opportunity to work with international companies, and that's really what we're here for, is to find, we're kind of a matchmaker for super talent here in Kenya and here specifically in NERI and Kimathi, and putting them together with companies overseas. So I'd like to thank the Vice Chancellor and all the administration here at the university. I'm really excited about the Ajira program. I've just recently learned about it, so I hope to be part of that and hope we can build another pipeline to get more students and more people here to get into our program. So thank you all for that.
Thank you so much, Mark, for your remarks. Next, we invite Ms. Jane Wayaki.
Okay. So our chief guest, Chief Administrative Secretary, ICT and Innovation, Ms. Maureen Mbaka, the Vice Chancellor and the DVC and the leadership of Dedan Kimathi University, representatives from KEPSA, ABSA colleagues who are here, Dedan Kimathi University students, ladies and gentlemen, all protocols observed, good afternoon. Yeah. So, first and foremost, I'd like to thank the university for extending this invitation to us to be part of this great event that will benefit thousands of youth here at Dukat and across the country. I'm delighted to speak as we, I guess, continue, not kick off. I hear the program has been going on as we continue, but launch the Ajira Digital Club. Today's event underscores everything that we believe as an institution at ABSA, the strength of the young people and their ability to transform the world for the better. Ladies and gentlemen, today's conversation is critical because it is our collective responsibility to challenge the employment of young people who constitute 75% of Kenyan population and are the country's most valuable economic assets. In a 2021 report by the Kenya National Bureau of Standards or Statistics found that the Kenyan youth, mainly the ones below 35, are the hardest hit by joblessness compared to their counterparts who are above 35 years. Statistics further project that Africa needs to create over 20 million jobs annually. While the economy continues to grow, there is an urgent need to promote inclusive economic transformation. Distinguished guests, the above data points to the fact that we may run into the danger of losing the generation if nothing else is done. As ABSA, we are strongly committed to the youth. We understand that we have a responsibility to invest in them and to secure a nation's future. We also believe investing in the youth as a catalyst for positive social change. That is why one of our strategic pillars is education and skills development. Under this pillar, we run a program dubbed Ready to Work, and it has been mentioned. And this pillar focuses on soft skills, and it's a free platform which can be accessed either on your computer or through an app. And it gives, it's a certified training program that helps youth to transition from the institutions of higher learning to the learning world of work as they learn critical skills on entrepreneurship, money skills, work and people skills. And I'm really glad today because as we launch the Ajira digital program, it really does complement well. As the youth gets into the digital skills, and we have heard from the 3 students on how it has been able to transform their lives, it's important for students to start thinking about, once you get the money, how do you manage that money? And that's where we talk about the financial skills. It talks about people skills because you will interact with people. How do you interact with people? Things like emotional intelligence. When we talk about entrepreneurship skills, it's how do we help young people? As you run your hustles, you need to be able to make them profitable businesses that can be able to employ more young people in the future. And that's the entrepreneurship skills pillar. And lastly, work skills, which helps you into understanding the needs and requirements of your employer as you transition into work skills. Since 2015, when we started this program, we have trained over 200,000 young people across the country and have offered a good number of them work experience positions. And this is in terms of internships, some directly at ABSA, but others we have partnered with our partners. So looking at our supply chain, we also sent interns into our suppliers so that they can be able to have an opportunity for work placements. Our goal is to impact at least 1 million youth in the next 3 years. Recently, I think in the last 4 weeks or so, we have done activations at Moi University in Eldoret and Mount Kenya University in our efforts to provide youth with the knowledge to improve their employability and self-employment prospects. It is our hope that we will soon come and do a big activation as well here at Dedan Kimathi University of Technology as well, and be able to embed it even further so that all the students who go through this institution are able to benefit from those 4 pillars. We also run a scholarship program in collaboration with HELB, the Higher Education Loans Board, through which we have provided stipends for tuition, accommodation, upkeep, and laptops for over 574 deserving brilliant students who are currently at 56 local universities. We are proud to announce that 6 of them were actually here at this university, 4 who have already graduated and 2 who are at their final year. Thanks to this program, we have also enjoyed a fruitful partnership with KEPSA. I think last year we did launch a partnership with KEPSA to continuously promote the Ajira program as we grow the goal of establishing digital and technologically enabled opportunities for our youth. As I conclude, first let me applaud the the government through the Ministry of ICT, because I think the Ajira program really is going to empower young people. And it is upon you to be able to take up the opportunities. I think, as someone mentioned, the government has done its part through the ministry. The leadership at the university have done their part, but it is upon you to take up the opportunities that are provided for you. So really want to applaud the Ajira program, and I think we will be able to bridge the gap of unemployment that we currently have within the country. Also like to thank the leadership of the Dedan Kimathi University of Technology, because you have gone over and above to be able to provide that platform for the young people, for them to be able to prepare themselves for the world of work, for them to be able to have a competitive advantage. We have very many graduates at the end of every year. So how do you set yourself apart and be able to have a competitive advantage so that when the opportunities for work, the opportunities for setting up businesses, that you can be able to be more successful? So really applaud the university for what they have done in terms of creating the career office and bringing in different partners to be able to help you to get that platform. I also want to thank KEPSA for the continued partnership. I think we have been working with them, and so far it has been successful in trying to reach many more youth. They have very many youth on their platform. As you've heard, we have over 200,000 youth on our platform, and so it's how we cross-pollinate and be able to work together. As partners in this initiative, we shall keep our part and promise and help to build a society we are proud of, a society of empowered, energized, and capable youth through all the respective programs. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jane. Jane is the head of sustainability and citizenship at Absa Bank. Thank you for your valued information. So next, let me invite the Ajira Digital Central Region Coordinator, Mr. Jeremiah Gatonga.
The Chief Administrative Secretary, the Vice Chancellor, the DVCs, Registrars, Dr. Ehud from KEPSA and the team, ABSA, and of course my colleagues from the ministry, and comrades. Hoye! For me, I don't want to speak much. My name is Jeremiah Gatonga from the Minister of ICT, serving as the regional coordinator for the Ajira Digital Program. And mine is not basically to give a formal remarks because my boss is here, but just to give a brief background of where we have come as Ajira Digital with Dedan Kimathi. Remember the first time that we arrived here in Dedan Kimathi was actually in September 2018 when myself and two of my colleagues came to Dedan Kimathi and we conducted the first training where about 95 students were trained. And I remember that week we were at the Dekut Hub where we did the initial contact and the initial activities from Ajira, and we formed the first Ajira Club here, which unfortunately I believe that none of you were here in 2018. And just like Joshua, we just came here and left. But now I thank God that you had an opportunity now to continue with whatever we left. After the training in 2018, the relationship between the Minister of ICT and Dedan Kimathi continued. And this was, this went on. I remember, I think in 2019, there was an advert for expression of interest for universities that would wanted to become part of the outsourcing companies. And I think Dekut Enterprises company, which we worked with, applied for that expression of interest. And I think led by Dr. Sang and Christopher, they won. They were among the selected universities. I think in Nyeri, we only needed 4. There was one in Karatina University, and then in Dedan Kimathi, and I think in Moi University, and another one. And I think this was in line with what, when I came here together with my colleagues, we paid a courtesy call to the Vice Chancellor. And one of the things that he actually told us is that he wanted the university to be among those institutions that could be able to outsource work for students, as students earn, the university also to make some small amount of money. And that this continued until now, when we did have a partnership with MasterCard and KEPSA, and this continued until today, when we are glad that the activities have gone on, and right now we have an active Ajira Club which is being launched. And I want to congratulate everybody who has worked. I think the initial people who worked where the Ajira Club was domiciled was at the Dedan Kimathi Enterprises, but I think now it has been moved to Career Services, and I think they did the background activities, and therefore we thank you, everybody who took part in this. And as I come to the conclusion, I want to advise the young people, me being one of them, is that the future of work is actually working online. We do not expect more people to continue working in offices as we are working. Probably even us in the future will not be working from offices. And the only way that you can be able to succeed in this environment where freelancers are on high demand is, number one, if you have the right skills. And these skills will not be because you have a certificate or not. They will matter if you are skilled in a certain area. For example, the people who are doing machine learning, the people who are doing artificial intelligence, the people who are doing Power BI, they don't actually need certificates. They need the skills, and people will start looking for you. Finally, I sit at the ICT Authority, where most of my work is actually on youth programming and youth empowerment activities. And as young students, one of the programs I know the CAS is going to speak about is the Presidential Digital Talent Program, where we pick a few of the most talented engineering and ICT graduates, and then we train them for a period of 1 year. And I believe that Dedan Kimathi has actually given us some of the best talents in this program every year. And therefore, even now I'm calling the current people who have graduated that come, I think, the end of this year, when you will be advertising for the same program, you will be able to apply and get shortlisted and be able to run. Otherwise, I want to wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jeremiah, for the valuable remarks you've made. So next, let me invite Dr. Ehud Kashugu, who is the Project Director, Ajira Digital Program. Welcome.
Madam CAS, the Vice Chancellor, the registrars around, the entire Dedan Kimathi University management, our guests, APSA, the G2, and all other private sector partners around, staffs from the ministry, the entire Dedan Kimathi University fraternity, including the students, good afternoon. So, as I have been introduced, my name is Ehud Kashugu. I work with the Kenya Private Sector Alliance, and the Kenya Private Sector Alliance is the apex body of business membership organizations in Kenya. Our organization brings together all the businesses, all the private sector actors to unify our collaboration and our partnership with various actors in the Kenya country in terms of development, policy advancement, and job creation. So as I speak, we are here representing well over 1 million businesses, and therefore we are very, very privileged as Private Sector Alliance to be part and parcel of this very great event today. So Kenya Private Sector Alliance is an implementing partner for Ajira Digital Project, And we've been working together with government and especially the ministry since the inception of this program. So today, definitely, as you can imagine, is such a wonderful day for us. Adding other partners in our collaboration, Dedan Kimathi University and the rest of other private sector members around here to journey with us to unlock the potential of this country and to unlock the potential of our young people to be able to be self-reliant and to deal with complex challenges of unemployment today is such a great joy for us. Allow me first and foremost to tell you why we feel very privileged to be here today to launch this very important program. 50% of all the jobs that are present today would need to be automated in 10 years. The reality is that only 5% of those jobs will disappear. In real sense, it means that 9 out of every 10 people or 9 out of every 10 jobs would require digital skills and digital capability. So therefore, the truth of the matter is that everyone seated in this room, in whichever side of the room, will require to be digitally savvy for you to exist and survive in the next 10 years. Our economy has continued to be very resilient and progressive on digital adaptation and digital transformation. As we speak today, the contribution of digital economy to the economy stands at 810 million. It is believed that by 2025, we will have around 1.4 trillion being added by the digital economy, which is equivalent to around 9.24% of the GDP. That is the size of what is facing us today, and it's the size of what we as students and fraternity of Dedan Kimathi University want to slice up and build on and upon so that we can propel our economy, but more importantly, address this issue of youth unemployment. Allow me to say briefly what we are doing as implementing partners of Ajira Digital Project. I come from the fact that the Kenya Private Sector Alliance has ongoing youth employment programs besides the Ajira Digital Project, and our role in supporting the government to address this challenge usually is on how the private sector can be useful in supporting such efforts. Private sector brings various capabilities, and one of these capabilities that we bring is to avail opportunities for work for young people. And availing of these opportunities is not necessarily just direct employment, but also to melt the opportunities so that they can be used to create the necessary entrepreneurial track for young people. So having said that, the Kenya Private Sector Alliance has been involved primarily in supporting the Ajira Digital Project in catalyzing digital work in the private sector. We do that by working together with the government to see opportunities for priority investments. So the current priorities for investments is one, to work with local digital platforms, and today we are very, very privileged to be joined by 2 of such platforms. I know Twiva is here. If you are there, please raise your hand, we see you, which is an e-commerce social influencer platform. They have a booth, so you can visit them and see what they're doing. And the second one is Kenya Writers, which is actually a content creation platform. And I don't know when the Kenya Writers are here. So those 2 platforms are here, and you can visit them at the booth, and you can learn more about it. What are we saying? We are aware that the international digital work is very competitive, and therefore working to unlock these opportunities in the private sector here in the country ring-fence and helps more young people to access work more easily with less challenges. And so that's one bit that we are doing. We also work with business process outsourcing companies. We work with companies to encourage them to outsource work. For example, in this particular club that we are launching today, one of the things that we'll be sitting down to talk about is your vision around working with local businesses that are interested in digitization and automation and the kind of capabilities that you can bring, whether it's content creation, software development, and all other things that you've seen here today. So that's the work that we do, and we work together in collaboration with different actors in the ecosystem, just like Jane has talked about the digital skills and our collaborations with APSA. The other area that we're working on is is looking into the horizon and asking about the capabilities of governments being digitized. Most of government services now are being digitized and actually are going online. And there lies a great opportunity for young people to provide solutions on how government services can be made more friendly, can be made more accessible, can be made more efficient through use of technology, digital pathways, and the rest. And so we are working towards making sure that's happening. So far, as a program, we have been able to bring together well over 120 local digital platforms. We are working with international platforms. We have been able to bring together around 20,000 SMEs that are providing work on a regular basis to those platforms and working together with freelancers to be able to access those opportunities. Now, why then are we interested with this collaboration? The beauty is that as we sought to work on the Ajira, we did realize that there are also other opportunities that are available for Kenya Private Sector Alliance using our membership to collaborate with the university. Universities are a repository of knowledge and we create knowledge, but also we are interested in providing solutions that are evidence-driven. And so research, innovation, and extension is an important element of collaboration. And today we are also equally celebrating that triple win. So as we launch the Ajira Digital Club, we are also having additional layers of support that would like to continue collaborating with this great university. Now, the future works online, it is clear, and the future is digital. And digital work is real. Dedan Kimathi University has everything it takes to change the trajectory of young people in this country. As I was walking around today, and this is my parting shot, I have seen the extent to which the technology is being applied here and being infused to you and to us. The second one is the level of innovation. Young people have shown tremendous potential to solve complex problems through innovation. And right now, we have testimonies around digital. These three arsenals that this university has made it possible for us to access is what we need to change the direction of youth unemployment in this country. And I truly believe coming together as the partners, as like we've come together under the leadership of the ministry, this is possible. So once again, I want to really thank you and wish you all the very best as we continue with this journey of making Kenya the Silicon Savannah. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ehud, for your comments. For sure, working as a team brings out the synergy amongst the partners. And as it is said, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. So that's why the entire team is here to make sure the destiny is defined. So next, let me take this opportunity to invite our DVC, Professor Esther Magiri, to make her remarks, and then invite our Vice Chancellor, Professor Kioni. Then Professor Kioni will invite our chief guest. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, MC. Our chief guest, and Chief Administrative Secretary, Ministry of ICT, Innovation and Youth Affairs, our Vice Chancellor, Professor Kioni, all our distinguished invited guests, members of the Senate present, and all the other members of the staff, and our students, good afternoon. Yeah, so today is a great day for us. I can say this one of another opportunity that we want to empower our students. I think this university, we have many initiatives that prepare students for the future. So usually we present you with many opportunities, and today is another opportunity to learn from our partners. I'm encouraged by what our partners have, the information they are giving us. Let us learn from it. Also, I like what our MC said, that people perish because of lack of knowledge. So for us today, we are getting a lot of knowledge, how we can get opportunities as students, and we are encouraged by the students who have given us the testimonies of what they are doing, and also the students who have been able to come together to form the club. So well done, and I think the rest of the students will learn from that. I also want to appreciate Dr. Njoroge, who is the head of the career office. I think he has facilitated the formation of this club with his team, and that is why we are here today. So Dr. Njoroge and your team are welcome. So I think as we continue, let us continue learning, and after this, we apply the knowledge that we are learning now so that we are prepared for the future. I think our VC, from the testimonies that we have heard from the 3 students, soon you'll be having very rich students who will be paying fees without problems, and also supporting other activities of the university. So we wish you all the best. So for me, mine is very simple. I want to take this opportunity now to welcome our Vice Chancellor so that he can make his remarks. Welcome, Professor. Please clap for him.
Thank you very much, Professor Magiri. Our chief guest, Chief Administrative Secretary in the Ministry of ICT, Innovation and Youth, Madam Maureen Bakker. Welcome. Our other guests, they are, I think it's just important to recognize, but I'll recognize them in groups. But other key guests, Dr. Ehud Gashogo, the Ajira project director, our other partners, the APSA partner, led by Jane Oyaki, our partner G2, represented by Mark Aaron here, the Ajira Digital Program Regional Director, Mr. Gitonga, our staff, the COOD staff, the senators, the lecturers, and other staff, our dear students, good morning, good afternoon. It's afternoon already. So I think I'll make just a few remarks, because we have been very well educated on what the Ajira program is, and what we are trying to do as a university and as a country. Our CAS is representing the CS, and that's the Ministry of ICT, Innovation and Youth Affairs. The things we are discussing today are about ICT, they are about innovation, and they are also about the youth. And it's not by accident that those three aspects of the government are actually in the same ministry. Now, as a university, we have taken the position that none of our graduates should say that they cannot get work to do after graduating. And the systems we have put in place are systems that are aimed at guaranteeing that. We have some very elaborate presentation from Dr. Joroge, our Director for Office of Careers Service. We have also a very elaborate explanation from Dr. Ehud Gashogo about what KEPSA is doing to create that space. And we have also the partners who are with us here today, and they have explained also their initiatives are ensuring that the young people should actually not get into a point where they say they don't have work. And as we talk about young people, I think it's important to separate the university students from the group of people we call young people. Because the university students are in the universities by virtue of being very, very talented. They have a lot of abilities. And that is why in this university, I challenge them, and we challenge them, and we say, given all the gifts that you have when you join Dedan Kimathi University, which is a really competitive university to get into, given all the talents that you have, or given all the talents that a student coming here has, there should be no issue of a student complaining that they are poor, or a student complaining that after they have again graduated that they cannot get work. So we've set it, we made it our business to make sure that not a single of our graduates leaves this university and then says that they cannot find work. There are a couple of things that we have done to ensure that that actually happens. And I will very briefly highlight or explain before I come to the issue of the online work. The Office of Career Service is meant to induct students right from first year, when they join the very first week, to orient them to what is going to be their world of work when they graduate. And we have a very elaborate system, literally a curriculum for that office, or for that office and for the work that they do, to guide a student every semester and to connect them to the industry and to connect them to the people who are in that industry, and to also create an environment where they can continually learn what they are learning in class relates to the world of work. So there is that very elaborate system. And that is why we have that Office of Career Services. The other thing we have is that we are hosting a National Science and Technology Park. And because of that, we have made deliberate effort to create a research and innovation ecosystem. And that means we have very many centers. We have about 26 centers in this university that are involved in research in relevant areas. And those centers employ students. They are led by our lecturers, but they engage students in their programs. So they provide work. But beyond providing work, they explore new areas and work out how those new areas can connect with the industry. Beyond that, we then have the Science Park, which hosts the industries. G2 is one of the examples of the tenants of our Science Park ecosystem. I call it that because they don't always have to be physical, they can also be virtual. We have Semiconductor Limited, where we took our chief guest today. We have also Konza, the presence of Konza on this campus, and by extension, we are able to also interact with them in Konza in Machakos. We have 3 other companies that are also setting base here. Then we have our innovation system, where it starts from the innovation center, the D-Hub. It goes to the startup center, and from there, one can then graduate to the Science Park. So in brief, therefore, we have created a system where a student can build their own skills to employ themselves if they want to start their own company. We've also created a system where a student can get employed and be able to access quality work anywhere in the world, and that's where this comes in. And in the third leg of that arrangement is that we have also elaborate programs for students who may want to continue with studies. You all know about our international linkages and also about graduate assistantship policies. We are doing that so that, as I said, nobody has any excuse to say that they cannot get employed. Today I'm happy I don't have to say much with regard to what is going on in terms of the students responding to that. The testimonies that have been given by the 3 students have answered or provide the answers to some of the issues that we wanted to address as we set up the system. We have the example that has been given of a student unable to meet their subsistence costs, and they're able to solve that problem by doing online work. We have an example of a student who says they not only now support themselves, but they also support their family. We've also been given a very good example by one of the students who has told us that they had skills of designing the PCBs. This is basically for electronics manufacturing, but they were not able to get customers locally. But when they were introduced to the Ajira Club and the Ajira program, they were able to extend their market, to expand their market from being local, Nyeri or Kimathi, to being global. And beyond that, they're also able to have additional skills, not just working in the narrow area of their study, but also having other skills and working in other fields. Those examples illustrate what can be achieved, and they also share the narrative that there is no work for young people. Do you agree with that there is work for young people? You agree with that? So I think the narrative will have to change, and we have to figure out how to sell this message. We are here probably 300 or 400 of us, but now we have to also explain to other young people the opportunities that are available for them. Those young people will be your colleagues in this university, the ones who don't quite know about the things that are happening. They could be your brother or sister back home, or your neighbor somewhere. They need to be told there are all these opportunities that have been created. And these opportunities have been created. You have seen the partnership. You have seen the many prayers. It's multi-layered. There are very many prayers who are that. This is a partnership that the government has given the framework, and maybe you hear more about it from our chief guest, but it has also brought the private sector on board. And you have heard the number of companies that KEPSA represents. And beyond that, you have heard the networks that KEPSA has. And that is a network that we are joining today. It's the network that we are actually also celebrating today. So in conclusion, I'm very excited about the development, about launching the Ajira Digital Club in Kimathi, and also the opportunity to have a partnership between ourselves as a university and KEPSA, because we then make all those opportunities we are talking about available to you, to the student community, and through you to other young people in this country. In conclusion, I would like to appreciate the work that has been done by the very hardworking team under the Ajira program, and of course with KEPSA playing a big role, and the other it's a multi-layered group, so it has a lot of prayers. Our own team here, led by Dr. Joroge, he's done a lot of work in the Office of Career Services with Esther Kaburu, who is the administrator in that office. The mobilization that has been done by our Directorate of Student Welfare, led by Dr. Esther Ndhiga and his deputy, Sherry Yort. The linkage that is provided between the work that is available on the Ajira platform to the needy student, and this is being done by the head of department of the Financial Aid Office, Madam Marjorie Nyaga, and all the other people in the university who I don't have to mention by name. So we really appreciate the work that has been done. And finally, our chief guests, the work that they have done, they have given us that umbrella and given us that framework to be able to achieve the things that we are celebrating today. Thank you very much. So I'm told that now we go to the next part of the program before inviting our chief guest to make her remarks. And that is exchange of the MOU and also the launch of the digital club. But I think the team is here to guide us. Esther.
Good afternoon, and thank you for the opportunity. We are grateful for the partnership between KEPSA and the university, under which actually the launch of these is within the scope, and we felt it fit to recognize that at this ceremony through the official exchange of the documents that were signed today. So our Professor Ndirango Kioni, the Vice Chancellor, and Dr. Ehud to come and exchange the official documents, and our media people to make sure they cover that, they capture that. Thank you. Our Deputy Vice Chancellor and the CAS kindly join. The Vice Chancellor can say something about the agreement.
Okay.
Dr. Ehud.
Yeah, thank you very much. This is a really great honor. As we said, we want to look beyond just the online work to other opportunities. Just like the Vice Chancellor said, there are numerous opportunities available in the private sector that we can all benefit if we collaborate effectively. So this is a really, really great opportunity for us, and we believe this is a best example of how industry and academia as well as government can work together to address pressing challenges in this country.
Thank you very much. Our Vice Chancellor, a comment.
Yeah, now we talk of triple headaches, and the triple headaches has academia, industry, and government. And here we have Dedan Kimathi University, the Ministry of ICT, Innovation and Youth Affairs as government, and also KEPSA, the umbrella of private sector. That's the true meaning of the triple headaches. And today we are celebrating the fact that we have agreed on a framework of working together, and this framework is going to immensely benefit the students. As well as by benefiting the students, we also benefit the entire country. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Now we witness the exchange of the documents, which now marks the official agreements, cooperation agreements between the university and KEPSA. Thank you.
We do all that. We do it without the mask.
All right, now the Vice Chancellor will invite the chief guest to make her remarks, after which now we will launch the Decode Ajira Digital Club. Thank you.
Okay, so it's now my great pleasure to invite our chief guest, the Chief Administrative Secretary in the Ministry of ICT, Innovation and Youth Affairs, to make her remarks. Welcome.
Thank you. Wow, you're making me feel very short. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Professor Kioni, the VC, Dedan Kimathi University, Deputy VC, all senior university management present, Ajira partners present here today, KEPSA, ABSA here, all other invited dignitaries, Ajira Digital Club members, entire student fraternity, good afternoon. First, I would like to take the opportunity to extend my deep gratitude to the management for organizing this great event and to express my happiness to join the Dedan Kimathi University family as I witness the launching of the Ajira Digital Club. I'm glad to be here. Not only am I passionate about the Ajira Club, I myself am a youth. I'm a youth as well, and passionate about the future of work. And when I say youth, I mean the constitutional definition, that is between the age of 18 to 35, but I won't say exactly where. And I sit as the CAS, Ministry of ICT, so I'm glad to be here. Asanteni. Receive warm regards and greetings from the Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of ICT, the Honorable Joe Musheru, who would have loved to be here but is currently attending to other official matters. On behalf of the Ministry of ICT, Innovation and Youth Affairs, I take this opportunity to thank the university's leadership, led by the Vice Chancellor, Professor Kioni, for the effort they have shown in supporting the Ajira Digital Program. Ultimately, we do not take this for granted. The Ajira program, since its inception in 2016, has empowered thousands of youth all over the country with employable skills that have enabled them to take advantage of the numerous digital job opportunities that are available through digital job platforms. As a matter of fact, online work is the way to go. As we speak today, the available digital jobs by far surpasses the number of digital workers. Therefore, the ICT Ministry, through the Ajira digital program, is working hard with our partners to reach out to young Kenyans everywhere, both in and out of colleges, urging them to aggressively grab these opportunities that the program offers to enhance their skill set and subsequently earn a decent living through working in the digital and digitally enabled jobs available within the digital workspace. In 2018, we initiated a partnership with higher learning institutions, and we started rolling out the program in the institutions. Today, I'm happy to report that Dedan Kimathi University has been in the forefront in supporting the program and has taken the initiative positively by organizing Ajira trainings within the university. Since then, the program has trained and mentored students on the importance of leveraging skills such as article writing, transcription, digital marketing, and virtual assistance in transforming their livelihoods by working online. As we stand here today, I can categorically state that we have several success stories which we have heard today, which I was glad to hear today within the university, a true testimony of what the Ajira program is doing in changing people's lives in Kenya. Indeed, past research has shown that Dedan Kimathi has the highest number of online workers among institutions of higher learning, and we are very proud of you. To further support our youth in their quest for digital learning and digital service delivery, the ministry does partner with the CDFs across the country to establish constituency innovation hubs, also known as Ajira Youth Empowerment Centers in various constituencies. As we sit here today, in Nyeri we have, I believe, 18 IX, and the regional coordinator can confirm this, 18 Ajira Youth Empowerment Centers, fully functional, and we have over 50 across the central region. I therefore challenge the students here to find out their nearest CIHs and visit them whenever they can. It is my pleasure to report to you that through their program, we have seen several students who are earning a decent income from Dedan Kimathi University. Allow me to mention just a few among the successful students that have been notified of. Maureen Jenga, Digital Marketing; Alwoch Ochiel, Data Entry; Alan Jukuna, Social Media Marketing; Samson Kariuki, Content Creation; David Mugo, Content Creation as well. Indeed, this is a true testimony that Ajira is working and changing lives for our people. The students I have mentioned are earning between 12 to 40,000 monthly, working on digital marketing, content writing, and data entry. Let us appreciate them for the good work that they have done. Through the program, we have also hired over 150 Ajira trainees as our Ajira digital trainers and mentors and our implementing partners, Immobilis Limited. Currently, through the Ajira program, over 2 million Kenyans have been linked with digitally enabled jobs across the country. We also rolled out the judicial digitization program, where close to 1,500 youth have directly benefited through working as transcription and data entry agents, earning a decent living. Ladies and gentlemen, the few examples I have mentioned are clear evidence and testimonies to prove that the Ajira program is the way to go. Fellow Kenyans, allow me to make a special plea to all the students listening to me today, and whom without any doubt the Ajira program is meant to benefit. I request you to take time and focus on digital skills being offered for free by the Ajira program and by the government. Globally, many countries invest a lot in online work through infrastructure and policies, and they are generating quite a lot of revenue in billions in their respective economies, and that is our ultimate goal. As a ministry, we have initiated several strategic programs that aim at promoting ICT know-how, highly required to thrive in this fourth industrial revolution. Among such programs is the Presidential Digital Talent Program, which has been mentioned here today, which is an internship program that develops the ICT pool in Kenya, through a collaboration between the public and private sectors. Every year, 400 fresh graduates are given a chance to intern for 12 months within government setup and the private sector to gain hands-on skills in readiness to enter the job market. In 2022, we onboarded cohort number 6, who are almost completing their internship period, and I'm happy to report among the best performing are graduates from Dedan Kimathi University. Another government initiative that we do have in place is the Digital Literacy Program, which aims at introducing our young children to ICT skills at a young age, creating an even more technologically vibrant generation in the next decade or so, even as we move towards being the Silicon Savannah. We also, of course, heard about the launch currently, just previously this past few weeks, the launch of a coding curriculum, and it's all about preparing our young people, giving them digital skills that they need to thrive even as we move towards the future of work. We also have the Huduma White Box, which is a one-stop shop for anyone who wants to present, share, or sell an idea, innovation, invention, or solution. I urge any young innovator present to bring forward innovations and ideas for support and promotion through our website, whitebox.go.ke. Priority is given to products that focus on the Big Four agenda and address government priorities and challenges. And let me take the opportunity to congratulate some of the innovators that I met today in D-Hub. I saw your innovations, the Ecoville, Digital Farmer, and Tuonge. Those are very good innovations, and I encourage you to move on and also to check out whitebox.go.ke. Other than that, I'd also want to note that I was glad to see that these teams were balanced when it came to gender. Out there, we see that only 30% of the workforce when it comes to ICT, when it comes to STEM, is made up of women. So we need more women in this space, and I was glad to see young women pushing these innovations today. And one of our programs that we also have at the ministry that I do champion is known as the Girls in ICT program. We champion it together with Konza, and it's all about encouraging more young women and girls to pursue careers in STEM. And I can see here at Dedan Kimathi, you're way ahead of the curve, so congratulations on that. As I conclude, I want to assure you that the Ministry of ICT, Innovation and Youth Affairs will continue to work with every like-minded partner with the objective of improving service delivery to our people through ICT to improve their livelihoods. And further, as I conclude as well, what has been said here today is about Ajira being about preparing young people for the future of work. So I would encourage all the young people here, to my fellow youth, please do prepare for the future of work, which is here with us, especially accelerated by COVID. We saw that we can work from our homes, and there are young people out there, actually right here at Dedan Kimathi, making money or working online. And even those who are working online, I'd encourage you to upskill as well. Continue, revamping your skills. And on Ajira platform, we actually do have some of these programs, these self-taught programs. So please continue, gathering these skills to prepare yourself even as you go out there. Dr. Ehud said that 90% of jobs will have that digital component. The VC talked to us about, changing that narrative that there's no work. You should go out there as young people and create some of these opportunities for yourself. I get a lot of questions being a young person, asking me, how did you get there? Or what did you do to get there? And I always say that there's no such thing as luck. Luck is opportunity meeting preparedness. So prepare yourself so that when opportunity comes, you are ready to grab it. So that would be my final word to you. And to the VC, congratulations once again on the launch of the Ajira program here. And of course, one thing also I would like to laud you on is preparing the students for work out there with your Office of Career Services. Having companies such as G2 here will definitely prepare young people even as they step outside to join the world of work out there. With that, and before we launch the Ajira program, I have been informed that I should hand over a gift to the VC. Thank you very much. It's from Ajira. Congratulations once again. Asante sana.
This is from Ajira because of we just marked the launch of this Ajira Club. So it's from the Ajira program. So thank you very much.
Dr. Njoroge will take us through the launch process.
Yeah. I'll request our chief guest, CS, to remain there. I'll also request our DVC to join the VC, and probably Dr. Ehud, you can join the CS, so that we can now officially launch the club. I think DVC can come on this side, the side of the university, and then KEPSA and the ministry on the other side. We are going to unveil the constitution through the students, a lot of efforts from Mushiri and the rest, and through the guidance from the ministry. There is the constitution that will be guiding the activities of the club. We have the document here, and that's the symbol of the launching of the club today. So our chief guests, you will take the scissors, and there are two copies, one for the side of the VC and the other one for the CAS. You cut the ribbons, and in the hall, let us appreciate as they do that. Then you showcase the constitution to the members here, and what will follow is opening of the booklet and signing the documents by our chief guests and also the VC. You can go ahead. Let's appreciate. Let's clap. We have the second copy of the Constitution. You still open it, you cut the, yeah, yes. Thank you, thank you. I want us to open the booklet, and then the first page will have our chief guest signing. On the first page, we'll have our VC signing. We'll have also Dr. Ehud from KEPSA signing, and also will come also our DVC to sign. Just sign the first page, just your signature. Yes, we appreciate as they sign. Just sign, yes, in the first page. Just sign, put your signature there. We have a number of partners. We have Immobile's partner in training. I don't know where he is. You can come and, yeah. You can also embed your signature in the two booklets. Yeah, we want the partners to embed their signatures there. Thank you. Let's appreciate. We take a couple of photos now. Our chief guest and our VC holding the copies. And first of all, I'll call the interim officials interim of the club to join me as we. Yeah, some can be on that side. The CS to just a couple of photos. Thank you. I want to invite the partners who are here, the G2, the APSA, Kaidre, just come and join us. Just find a space. All the partners that were invited today and they have been with us. Yeah, Jane, Mr. Mwaka, Antonina. Okay. Yeah, let's use the steps so that I think you can be up there, then the VC and the CS, you can just come in front here so that you can be able to, the center there. Just those on that side, that's balanced, you can come on this side. Thank you. I think those are 2 minutes, but it's okay. We have the officials of the club here. Yes, I want us to join the members of the advisory board of career services. Just join the team here. Don't go. Just start there. Who are with us? The advisory board. Some of us are here. Kindly, you can just find a space somewhere. As yeah, welcome. Let's appreciate them. All of them. Let's appreciate them. Now, I want us, those who are behind here, the girls who are here, just start behind the line. All those who are sitting in the dais, just come and join the rest for one photo, and then you bring to an end. Were it not of the space, I would have asked all the students to come behind there, but I doubt whether it's possible. Let's appreciate them as we take. Thank you for work well done. I think that is enough for now. You have taken the photos. Thank you. You can take your seats. We are coming to the tail end of the program, and I will return the program to the MC who have been taking us through. Dr. Cheriot, welcome.
Okay, thank you so much, everyone, our chief guest, for the successful event. Thank you so much. So, next, we'll have a photo of thanks from our Dean of Students, Dr. Esther Ndika. Welcome.
All protocols observed. Good afternoon. So my name is Dr. Esther Ndega. I'm the Director of Student Welfare, and mine is a simple task of passing a vote of thanks. I want to take this opportunity to appreciate our chief guest, Madam CS, the team from the Ministry of ICT, the Ajira team, our partners, KEPSA, the APSA and G2, our Vice Chancellor, Professor Ndirangu Kioni, our DVC, and other members of Senate present, for the support that you have accorded this process from the beginning. I also want to pass my gratitude to the Office of Career Services, headed by Dr. Njoroge. We also have the Directorate of Research and Linkages, headed by Dr. Olengo. We have members of Student Welfare, the Directorate of Student Welfare, the Financial Aid Office, and all members of staff from Dedan Kimathi University, our students, and especially the club members. I know that this journey started with one student, but I'm happy to see that we are a very big team. I've just been asked a question whether this qualifies to be a club, and I feel that it should even be a bigger club than it is. I also want to appreciate any other person or partners or institutions that have participated in making today's event or process a success, and also congratulate all of us for our participation in one way or another. At this point, I would like to request that we give ourselves and our visitors a clap, and that will be 5 factorial. So we start. Let's do it well. Let's start. 1. Thank you.
Thank you, our Dean of Students, for that. Before I call our chaplain, let me make some communication that have been given. First, now that I'm sure most of you have so many questions with regard to Ajira, there is a tent outside there around the car park. Go there, ask any question that you have. Ajira Club will be there for you. Secondly, after this, you can go to the mess for a cup of coffee. And number 3, for our guests, after this event, we request you to go back to the boardroom. So let me now invite the chaplain, and after the chaplain, we'll have a national anthem. Thank you.
Thank God for the event that we are concluding now, for the change born of this event, change for the better. As we thank God for all this, I request that we be upstanding and say together, the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ, and the love of God, and the fellowship of the Holy Spirit be with us now and forevermore. Amen. Thank you.
Thank you, Father. Now the national anthem. Thank you so much. We may be seated now. So we thank you all for the events. Now the official launch of the Ajira digital program has come to an end. Thank you so much and God bless you.
Thank you.